What a wild year it has been for our church and for our student ministries. It has been just over a year since I, Brady Smith, began working as the pastor of student ministries here at Five Forks. I can assure you that this is not how I envisioned this first year going. Our students and our youth leaders have had to learn how to gather together physically distanced or online over video chat on Zoom. And it's pretty incredible how, despite all of the craziness, our purpose as a student ministry has never wavered. And that purpose is to be a community of students and leaders that constantly strives to be followers and disciples of Jesus. Here's just a brief recap of how we achieved our purpose over the year of 2020. During the first 3 months of the year, prior to COVID-19, we had the opportunity to take a group of roughly 60 students and leaders to the Giant Center located in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we had the chance to watch the Hershey Bears hockey team play. We also went over a 5-week series called Why Church. And throughout this lesson series, we spent time answering the questions of why being a part of the church is so crucial. And during that series, we also spent time talking about how it is the people and the congregation that makes up the church and not the building. In fact, here's a quote from one of the lessons that I had spoke on, where I said, "A building is just a building. It can easily be destroyed. But even if this building that we are in is no longer here, you know something that's pretty cool? We will still have church. Because you and I and those who believe in Christ will still be around. Because God will still be around. The building is only temporary, but our God, He is eternal." I learned just how true those words would be because just a few weeks later, the COVID-19 shutdown took place. However, when the shutdown happened, our students and leaders were quick to adapt. We began meeting on Instagram Live 4 to 5 times a week. We still had Sunday school and Wednesday nights. We played games together online. We had an online talent show, and we even had an online video game tournament. Another thing we did is we made goodie bags that the teens were able to come and pick up at the end of March that contained some snacks, some items for activities we could do online together, and a week's worth of devotionals that I had written. Over the summer and fall, we gathered back together in person, and we had a summer Wednesday night hangouts. And during those summer Wednesday night hangouts, we would go to the houses of a youth leader or families from the church and just hang out together, typically with a pool. Once the school year began, we met on Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights in the gym, and we studied the book of Habakkuk. We studied the Shema, which is located in Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 through 5, and much more. One of the difficult challenges that we did face this year was the inability to serve with our typical mission opportunities, such as Chambersburg Project. However, that didn't stop our students from serving. We had students join in on some of the work projects, like helping to cut down trees, helping people from our church move, and even helping at the food pantry as well. We also had a 2-month period where we had raised an offering that went to missionaries Mark and Maggie Roth. And we had some fun incentives in raising the offering money, such as pieing the pastors in the face and even waxing my armpits. Overall, we ended up raising a total of $1,583. As the year concluded, we were back to meeting virtually, but that still has not stopped us. Mid-December, we created 12 days of Christmas goodie bags, and overall 60 bags were delivered or picked up by students that contained something for them to open up for 12 days straight, with the 12th and final day being on Christmas Eve. Some days contained fun activities and challenges for the students, like creating a gingerbread house. And other days challenged our students to read and study the Christmas story in the scriptures and to serve those around them and serving those in our church. The final day contained our new Student Ministries t-shirts. In fact, you may have actually seen me wearing the new t-shirt during our Christmas Eve service live stream. As I mentioned before, the craziness of 2020 did not stop us from trying to fulfill our purpose of being a community of Jesus followers. And whatever happens in 2021 is not going to stop us either. In just a few days of this being posted, we will be meeting in person in just our small groups on Sunday nights here at the church. And we are still planning events and service opportunities for our student ministries over the spring and summer. In closing, it's been such a blessing getting to know our students better over this past year and getting the chance to work with our youth leaders. We certainly had our challenges, but we have been constantly reminded that our God is in control and that He's with us. And I just want to thank you all for your prayers and support for our ministry, our students, and leaders over this past year. And lastly, I just want to give a big thank you to our youth leaders and all the time and the effort that they've dedicated towards serving our students. You all are amazing, and I couldn't do it without you. Here's to 2021.